Welcome back. I will put some light on. It's 11 p.m. in Denmark. That's my keyboard. That's my computer. This is Train Mountain Railroads. But I was thinking about something. I'm working on a project I call Living in a Box. I tried to design a big wooden box, but you can use as a small food shop on the streets. A big box you can take in and outside a normal apartment or basements. You can take in and outside a door like this. So, and I was thinking about why not build this box on top of a rail car. So many on the video on YouTube, I saw some bigger cars for train have a small cabin you could sit inside. That's something kind my box. You have many millions of homeless in United States. They're using this 7.5 gauge track size, so they will not take much space. If you build some railyards outside some of the big cities in United States, let's find my paper. That's my living in a box project. So that's my design. But this box you could put on top of a rail car. No, on top of a flat car you could put it there. But I'm a little bit tired today because I made so much video the last 2 days. 3 days. That's my stamp collection. I try to all these stamps. I try to put it in different kind of countries. But that takes a long time. I not did it many weeks because I need some more bags. I need 100 more bags like this I can put for each country. I will buy next month, so I just spent many hours to do this, so just to keep it here, so I don't have space. But I'm working on this project. I made a big video about it in Danish, I call Living in a Box. That's a big wooden box you can take apart and put in and outside apartments and or in a normal house, because everyone can build a large box, but it needs to be you can get in and outside apartments and you can take everything apart. So I'm trying to make, but this is I made it in Danish. That's the like that's A and C. That's the back sides. But I'm too tired to explain in English how I make it to aluminium. The frame is aluminium, square, nicely aluminium, 25 millimeters. I will build the frame, and outside the frame I will put plywood, some good quality waterproof plywood plates. You can get some in a good quality for outside. You use can withstanding water and moist. So some good quality wood plywood, 72 centimeters. So it'll be some squares, some plywood squares, 72. You put the screws. So I made a lot of time to do that. So yes, that's the side of the box. But that's the side of the box there, made up by the square 72 centimeters. It cannot be wider than this because it needs to be able to get in and outside apartments. That's some comments. That's a normal door. It's like 77 centimeters. It's like 77 centimeters. So it needs to be maximum 75 centimeters. I don't know what that is in inches. But yes, I'm too sleepy not too sleepy, but it's late to explain everything. But I was sitting here. But I need this camcorder is not good to record this. I don't know how much you can see, but I was sitting here. Or maybe I could put the camcorder on the floor. Yes, I was sitting like this. Yes, I was sitting like this, and how big the box needs to be, you could sit up and sleeping. This is how I got it to the size. Like this is 140 centimeters. So you need to be sit up sleeping like this. You can sit up and sleeping. That's like 72 centimeters wide. And how high? Yes, that's 110. But I cannot explain because it took many hours to design it. I cannot explain, but there's a box you can sit inside. You can sit up sleeping. Oh. And for heating inside my box, you can use normal oil lamps. You can use normal oil lamps like this, petrol. For heating, you just use a petrol lamp. It's good light and petrol. That's like a normal petrol for lamp oil. Like this, you can buy every store. Does that have to do anything about train mounting railroads? It does, because this box fits perfect on top of a rail car. I have to look the Google Translate because I don't know how you say rail car. And I have to start my computer because actually I was going to bed, so I will put this back. And start my computer. And I have to put this up back. No, but what do this box have on? Yes, because with this box on top of this rail car for this 7.55 gauge. You can have a box, but this box you can use for everything. You can use for transport stuff in, so you can sit sleeping. So if you make large railyards, outside the cities, American cities, this 7.5 gauge size tracks that will not take up much space. You will be able to have many hundreds of boxes. You can give every homeless person, you can give it a box. They can sit, sleep, and you can have some locomotive to pull the rail cars around. But I have to log in. I don't know how I should translate. Yes, I have to open my Google Translate. But this camcorder records very clear, so I'm turning because I don't like to record some stuff on my computer. I have some links. Yes, I have some links and emails I don't like to record. But I'm very thirsty. I need something to drink really bad. Because I'm so thirsty always. Yes, train carriage. You call it train carriage. What behind train carriage, you can put a box on top of that. I'm not sure. Goods wagons, train wagons, let's call it wagons. Train wagons, let's call it. Train with goods wagons. This flat goods wagons, you can put wood boxes like this. And you can make some large railyards for homeless. Because they have a lot of space in the United States. They have a lot of space outside many cities. They have big deserts, big farmland. They got a lot of space in the United States. Big farmland they're not using. So you can build some super large railyards. Tracks, volunteers can do it. People who likes to run with a 7.5 gauge train. So I would like to try that. I would like to try build my box on a 7.5 gauge goods wagons. I think it's more easy. I show it on the pictures. But it's 11 p.m. Denmark. Now it's 1 p.m. in Oregon. Use this propeller to point. So this is my living in a box project. But I have more papers. That's my corners, my numbers. That's how I plan to put it together. It should be aluminium profiles. You can take apart very easy. So, but I'm too tired. That's more easy. I have something I could show. Yes, that's a smaller version. But I will put it back, my papers, so I not damage my papers, because I don't have a photocopy. So this is my living in a box project, but this box you could build on railyards. Good wagons, wagons. Yes, but now it's 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. in the train valley. We had few cars arriving. This car did arrive in early morning, like 8 a.m. This car did arrive, then got 2 more cars. Then no, you have a wagon like this. You could put a box for homeless. You can build a very large railyards. A good railyards with rail wagons with boxes. And there you could give 1 box to homeless. So you could make kind of a train for homeless train. But that's not like a normal rail wagons. You can sleep a lot of people in all, but that's big, cost a lot of money. Real wagons could use for homeless. No, you have flat cars like this. But actually, because I notice they're using like this one. They're using flat cars like this. You could have a large box. You could have a big box on top of that. This kind of trains can easily pull like 20 boxes. 10 or 20 boxes. So I saw many of these flat wagons. Like this flat wagons they use for some tubes, kind of tubes. You could have a box, but I don't know how long it is. I think that's longer in my box. That looks like 2 meters. They are much longer. I think that's the tunnel up to the north, maybe. But it's very cold. You see, nobody's driving. You got snow there. I don't think maybe I don't know if you can drive in the winter. I don't know if they're closed. That's a small model house, I think. I think they're closed. There's nobody drive here. They are maybe closed in the winter. No, they have this wagon like this. You could have some large boxes. Boxes you could sit up and sleeping. Actually, you could have a lot of water, but water is very heavy, but you can have a bit water for drinking water inside this kind of wagons. You could have yes, water water for drinking.